Yeah,
Sure.
we're going to
Excited.
talk a lot about distressed properties and how you guys help people, but also what you have available out there that, if we have investors listening or somebody that would like to get into real estate investment, I have a 3-flat coming on the market. I tell people what's going on in my inventory, and you guys, as well should.
Yeah, we're a great source for deal flow for investors. So
Yeah,
I think a lot of investors are getting spooked right now by stuff on the market, or not even spooked, just outbid. And so they're looking for deals, they're thirsty for deals. I had an investor text me yesterday. He's like, I'm at the point where I'm ready to overpay. I was like, let's talk.
That's awesome. Oh my God.
You know what? It's funny because you have to have action, right? In any business, and it's tough for investors to get action. I also think just one of the things I wanted to point out is a niche for the folks listening as a potential investor, right? If you haven't invested in that first property yet, we often will talk to people and they're like, oh, I want to buy a foreclosure, or, oh, I want to buy a place that's been repossessed by Fannie Mae, right? We had John on the podcast on a Wednesday, right? If I'm not mistaken, he talked about properties that have already been repossessed by Fannie Mae and that they're doing the rehab and they're trying to capture that money. And so there doesn't end up being left a lot of meat on the bone in a lot of transactions for the first time investor. But it sounds to me like there's a space for you guys, and I'm on your email list or your text list, where you can get a text that says, hey, this property's fresh and available and probably has some meat on the bone for your transaction. And if you're an investor or a potential investor, that's a place you can go, right? Like, you guys can help not only solve the problems for the real estate seller, but there's a place for a real estate buyer in what you do too.
Exactly. So we provide service for both sides of the spectrum.
It's kind of like a dating service, right?
Yeah.
No,
Nice.
I mean, you're going to match up investors with distressed properties, and you could even potentially turn that investor on to hard money or private money lenders, where, like we talked with Sam Prim, you could potentially invest in real estate without one dime of your own money if you're willing to spend 12 to 15%, and the numbers are right on the deal.